Have you ever felt like life just keeps piling on? Like no one, like no matter what you do, the weight of your responsibilities, your struggles, your exhaustion just keeps getting heavier. Maybe it feels like you're drowning, and every time you reach for help, it's just not there. That's where a lot of us get stuck, where life itself becomes the persecutor. Today, I want to talk about how overwhelming circumstances can put us in the victim mindset. Not because we're weak, not because we're trying, but because the sheer weight of everything can shut down our ability to think creatively or take action. If you're familiar with the drama triangle, that's what this whole video is about. So, if you ever find yourself being in that kind of a situation that needs some extra care to kind of get out of that weird spiral and that weird space, um, stick around. So, the persecutor, when life becomes the enemy. I have a friend, let's call him Jarson, who's been through this over and over again, not because of any one person, but because of circumstances that just wouldn't let up. Needed help when the world shut down, needed support when everything started to fall apart, had a house to take care of, projects to complete, responsibilities piling up, and every time he turned around, life just kept demanding more. The environment was hostile, not in a way that you could fight back against, not in a way that had an easy solution, just wore him down. Every ounce of energy drained away. Every attempt to ask for help seemed to lead nowhere. And after a while, the exhaustion became something more than just tiredness, it became a mindset, feeling of being stuck, a belief that no matter what he did, nothing would change. And that's the victim mindset. Not weakness, not failure, just the result of being beaten down by unrelenting, overwhelming circumstances. Now, the problem with the victim mindset. The thing is, when we stay in that space for too long, something happens to us. We stop looking for solutions. We stop imagining ways forward. Or we don't believe that we can find any solutions forward. It's beaten us down. The Constitution has been struck. We start believing that we've been struck and we're stuck. And that's where we lose our power. For Jarson, that looked like shutting down, avoiding decisions, feeling paralyzed because no matter what he did, the weight of everything felt too big to move. And if you've ever been there, you know how easy it is to let that feeling take over, to stop hoping, to stop trying, to just endure. Okay, so how does one break out of this? How do you go from victim to creator? How do you move to empowerment? So, how do we break out of this? I'm going to answer that question. How do we stop being crushed by circumstances that are, frankly, beyond our control? First, we have to recognize what is happening. If you feel like life is out to get you, ask yourself, is it really that I have no options? Or am I so exhausted that I can't see them? Because exhaustion blocks creativity. Overwhelm shuts down problem solving. When we're in survival mode, our brain isn't looking for solutions, it's trying to endure. And that's why everything feels impossible. Second, we have to change the question we're asking. Instead of why is this happening to me, shift to what small step can I take right now? Even if it's resting so your brain can think again. Even if it's just acknowledging, I feel stuck. But that doesn't mean I am stuck. Even if it's just asking, where do I have even a tiny bit of control in this moment? Because every time we take back even a little bit of agency, we step out of the victim role. Finally, we have to reframe our relationship to the struggle. Instead of seeing the solution as unbeatable, we ask, what does this challenge make possible? Maybe it's learning to ask for help earlier. Maybe it's simplifying. Maybe it's learning to rest before hitting crisis mode. The goal isn't to ignore the struggle. The goal is to stop letting the struggle tell you who you are. So, what's our final takeaway? You're not powerless. Carson's Jarson's battle wasn't against a person. It was against an environment that drained him. If you've ever felt that, if life has pushed you into exhaustion, hear this. You're not powerless. You're not stuck. You're not struck down. You may need rest. You may need clarity. You may need time, but you're not without options. You remember that when you remember to step back, breathe, and start asking different questions, that's when things begin to shift. That's when you move from feeling like the victim of your circumstance to someone who is choosing a way forward. It won't be an instant. It won't be easy, but it is possible, and you don't have to do it alone. If this resonates with you, drop a comment. Let me know. What's one small step you can take today to shift from being stuck or struck down? And what is it going to take for you to be able to move forward? And if you need any help navigating this kind of thing, reach out. You're not alone. Thanks for stopping by. This is Nate at Barely Spiritual Direction, finding divine love in ordinary moments, and hopefully helping you stay out of the drama triangle, because I know I got to stay out of it. Have a good day, guys.